Welcome back to another episode of Todo Tranquilo.
Vamos. Vamos, estamos activos.
Oh, bro, I'm excited to have you. For the people out there that don't know who this gentleman is, this young entrepreneur, his name is Francisco,
Let's go.
owner of Leche Mag.
Leche Mag. Thank you for having me.
Man, applause.
Let's go. I'm with it. Dude, I only be hearing this on the YouTube videos. Thank you to all you guys. Yeah, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm so excited to have you. Ecstatic.
Thank you for having me.
Undescribable, bro.
Yeah, thanks. That's the best word to put it. That is a great word. Undescribable.
Undescribable. You know what's crazy is I feel like it took a little while to finally get you here.
Yeah.
But we made it happen. I officially met you. What was it, last week?
Last Friday at the first Friday Old Town event, Old Town Manassas.
Shout out Old Town Manassas.
Shout out Old Town Manassas for always doing their first Friday events.
Seriously,
doing events whenever the new month starts. Yo, shout out to Old Town Manassas for real, because y'all held it down since I ever moved here. All right.
When did you move out to Manassas?
I moved. My siblings can correct me, but I believe it was around 2006, 2007. I was born in Maryland. Yeah, just a little recap. So my name is Francisco Ochoa. I was born 2000, Libra, October 6th. I was born in Maryland, Holy Cross Hospital. Then my dad found a new opportunity out here in Virginia. Then we moved out here, and it's been history since, man. Yeah.
Bless the Lord from up above.
Amen.
For bringing you to Manassas.
Yes, sir. Thank you,
putting
God.
You through the trials and tribulations of life.
Yes, for sure.
And having you here, bro.
Yeah.
Think about it. If your dad never moved to Manassas, who even knows if Leche would be a thing?
No, you know how many... you can ask my mom, like my family, how many times I literally asked the question, what would have happened if we never left Maryland? Like, I don't know if it's a bad thing or a good thing, or who knows, maybe Leche would have started out there with a whole different type of like
vibe.
Yeah,
maybe?
with a whole different vibe, with the Maryland vibe, you know?
Yeah.
Like the Maryland vibe, I love
crazy.
Maryland, but it's just like not my scene.
I don't go out there enough, but it's definitely
it's different.
It's different for sure.
Yeah.
I definitely do F with it. I fuck with it.
Yeah.
By the way, we can cuss.
All right, let's go. Fuck it. Let's go.
Yes.
Fuck. Sorry, Mom.
Dude, shout out to Mom's Duke. Mama Duke.
Yeah, my boy met my mom at the event. I was actually very surprised that they had down a conversation. I'm very glad that you did. So today when I came after work, I was like, going to this podcast, you met him, and she was like, okay, que tengas buen tiempo, like, be safe. I was like,
yeah. You know what's crazy is even when I did live with my mom, it didn't matter how old I was, like, you always tell them what you're gonna do out of courtesy.
Courtesy.
Yeah, it's not even like,
literally,
yeah, Mom can't let me out.
Please
It's
emphasize that. Please emphasize
out of
it.
courtesy, bro.
Out of
Especially
courtesy.
if you like definitely fuck with your mom like that.
Exactly. And you live under the roof, you know?
It's
like,
just, bro, the funny thing is, like, that's definitely something my mom taught me. And, like, keep in mind, I was, like, paying rent.
Yeah,
So
you were actually paying something, and you still had to tell her.
And I was just like, yo, out of courtesy,
Yeah.
like, yo, I'm about to be here.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I don't know if, like, your mom has ever said this for you, but it's like, nunca vas a entender el cariño que una madre tiene para su hijo.
Come on, man.
And so you have your own.
Of course, literally. No, man. Trust me, like, when I was younger, I'm still young. I'm 22. But when I was much younger, I would never understand my mom and my dad whenever they told me, like, exactly what you just said.
Mm-hmm.
But now that I'm growing up, and now that I'm very, like, I'm more aware of the things that they do for us.
100%.
And it's like, okay, now I fully understand it. Now I understand why you always told me not to do that, because I did it, then I figured out the hard way, right?
Yeah. It always happens, right?
Always,
You always
dude.
figure it
They
out the hard
know.
way.
We always learn the hard way, but if your parents tell you, I think you should try to listen. Maybe
100%.
take into consideration
Yo.
at least, like, weigh your options.
Francisco out here just sending out messages through the
Got
sound
to,
waves,
man,
bro.
got
I
to.
love it.
You gotta understand everything.
This is awesome, bro. I literally, it was such like, you know what's crazy is I don't even know. I can't remember. Like I know it was through IG, obviously.
Yeah.
But like I came across your IG page for Leche, and just a heads up to everybody out there, we're definitely gonna get into it.
Yeah.
Gonna get into the
Don't worry,
nitty-gritty.
guys.
Be
It's just the
patient.
intro, the little prologue.
So like I don't know, like I've kind of been doing like deep dives, kind
Yeah.
of like when you do on YouTube.
Oh my god, the YouTube holes. Come on, man.
I've been doing it on IG where it's just like I'm just looking at random things, and like I said, I think it may have been through a story that somebody, and I saw it, and then I went on the page, and it was just like I saw you didn't have too many pictures,
Yeah,
but like the
yeah.
pictures were enough to kind of like
They spoke, right?
yeah.
I would hope so.
I mean, what do they say? A picture has 1,000 words.
Literally, man. It's up to people's interpretation, like art.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't want to take that away from you because I was about to get into something that maybe you touch. So you keep going. Yeah.
Listen, save it, put it in a box,
Yes.
bring it back
No,
up.
it's there. It's there. Have to.
No, but like, yeah, I went through a deep dive, saw your pictures, and I was like, okay, this is dope. Like, this is sick.
Thank you.
And it's like, it's kind of like the new aesthetic now.
Yeah.
Like kind of like how New Balances are now like
picking up
heavy, and just
man.
like the certain kind of like the certain attire slash like vibe feel like it's like kind of like the 90s are coming back, right?
I agree.
Like a 90s aesthetic.
I agree.
And I saw it and I was like, and I recently just kind of got into that fashion world where it's like, let me try out new things and how to style myself. So it's like, I've just been completely open to new things, and I saw yours and I took a shot in the dark, man.
Yeah, dude.
Shot my shot.
And you shot and you got it. Now we're here today, literally.
It was crazy because I was so nervous, dude. I was like, yo, I don't know if this person is he or she.
Yeah, right.
Are they gonna feel weird? Are they gonna care that my podcast is just now starting? There's like no crazy followings.
Hell no, man.
And it's like one thing I kind of want to touch on is like whenever I do have certain guests that have a big following, I ask them to be on because I genuinely am interested in what they're doing, what they're kind of like their art, right?
Of
Whether
course.
it's music,
whether
content creating, whether it's literally art, or you're a business owner. Like it's because I see the vision and I fuck with it.
And I thank you. And I thank you.
And like sometimes I get nervous because it's like, damn, are they gonna think this guy's trying to get me on his podcast so he can get more followers because I have such a big following? And it's like, I think that's why because you were like the first, kind of like the first person where it's like I reached out through IG, complete stranger, to be on my podcast.
Right.
And then from there, I kind of reached out to other people because I saw other people within yours like tagged and stuff. So I was like, let me do this. Like, I guess this is what networking is.
That's what it is, man. Right? Exactly. Look, when I first started this, I wasn't too much I wasn't tapped into the whole networking process. I've heard about it. You got to go network. You got to do this. You got to do that. And I was like, what's networking?
Yeah.
But then I realized networking is just talking to people.
Yeah.
It's just talking, just socializing.
Having organic conversations.
And then suddenly it's like, oh, what do you do? Oh, I do this. Wait, you do that? We should work on something.
Yeah.
And then from that organic conversation, people can see it's genuine. It's not like this guy wasn't searching for something. He was just searching for a friend to talk to. And then suddenly it becomes into a relationship, you know, something that could both benefit. So networking, I feel like it's such a powerful tool, man. And networking can get you into so many places that you do not expect. So,
Yeah.
and I feel like I haven't even scratched the surface with that yet.
Dude, same.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, having this podcast has definitely pushed me to do things that are completely out of my norm.
Good.
So I recently kind of discovered that when it comes to the outside world and people not in my circle or people that don't know me personal,
Yeah.
I'm extremely shy, to myself, scared to talk. And like this podcast has been such a blessing in so many aspects.
Yeah.
Just life in general, it has pushed me to be more open to talking to people.
Of course.
Like like 2 weeks ago, I met these people from Haven Arts.
Yeah.
/ Timeless.
Yes.
And they were having like this like open house type thing,
Right.
where you could kind of just chill, talk. They had drinks, they had like games, they were playing music.
Yeah, the whole mingling stuff.
And I was like, and like in like their little flyer thing they did, like on IG story, it was like party, network, games.
Yeah.
I saw the networking thing and I was like, should I like reach out and go?
100%, man.
And I did.
Good.
And like
good. And you stepped out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, and then that's how I met some great people from over there. So I mean, again, shout out to Haven's Art.
Shout out to Haven's
Old
Art.
Town Manassas, man, I'm telling you.
Old Town Manassas has hidden gems that have not been tapped into. And there's people that are working their asses off, like left and right. For example, the people that are hosting these First Friday events, those are people reaching out to people like, hey, we're offering this. Would you want a vendor here? And, they're grinding left and right, just messaging and being in contact with people, trying to bring out creatives, trying to bring out businesses, because those are opportunities.
100%.
Those are opportunities that people are giving.
For all parties involved.
Yes, for all parties. It can be any type of business. Any type of business.
Like, honestly, I think a year from now, and I know a year sounds far, but it also sounds close.
It's very close.
Super close. Like a year from now, bro, like I feel like Old Town Manassas isn't going to be known as it's boring. There's nothing there. It's going to be known for it's fun. Come out there.
Yes.
There's
so much
creatives.
To do. There, and look, and it's not even just about the creatives. It's literally about like the socializing too, like for First Fridays, like mariachis. Shout out to mariachis. Shout out to them because they've held down that block for so long, dude. Oh my gosh.
Crazy,
it gets so packed. Everybody just dancing, drinking, just having a good time.
This last Friday, I think that was the most packed I've ever seen.
You saw it, man.
No, honestly, all of Old Town Manassas, it was the most packed.
And you
didn't
even see it last month, man. Last month was more packed.
What?
Yes. If you thought that was packed, imagine last month. That was actually one of the most packed I've seen it. Might have been last month or September, one of the two. But oh man,
I think I definitely got to make it a point to myself.
Yes.
Like every first Friday, bro,
you
go
should try
out there.
You should try.
Dude.
I mean, DC's fun. Don't get it wrong.
Yeah,
DC's cool.
It's just I think it's the fact. Literally, I told my friend I was out there when we were out there. I was like, "Yo, this feels like Adams Morgan or like Clarendon." I was like, everybody's out here just
exactly
chilling, bro. The vibes were immaculate.
No, it was great. It was great. But shout out to Clarendon Ballroom. For real. Shout out to Clarendon. And shout out to Arlington, People's Place. New People's Place opening
Boulevard,
up.
Right?
Yes, People's Place Boulevard in Arlington. They opening up I don't know the specific day. I slipped my mind. Might have been the 12th, but don't quote me. Shout out to them though.
Shout out to them. Seriously, maybe I don't know.
Yo, pull up.
Put it out into the out into the ethers.
Yes, exactly.
People's Place, future podcast. I don't know.
Hey, that would be a great one.
Crazy.
No, you're not talking crazy. You're talking achievable.
Oh man,
you're talking in hands grasp.
Dude, I like you.
Thank you.
Literally, when I met you, I think I told you too. I was like, bro, you're like, you're just like out there.
I got to be, man. I got to be.
And it's awesome.
I appreciate it.
The crazy now that you're here, like, I think you could speak it, and be honest. Like, when I first met you, I was mad quiet. Like, I was so serious. I was like, fuck, this guy's gonna think I'm a fucking loser.
Fuck no, man. I did not think that at all. Literally, like, I tried to, like, going back to what you said, right? You were nervous to send a DM or something. I think about the first days when I started Leche. And I could talk to my really good friend, Raph. And I know who I was DMing. Shout out Dillion. She was our first locals for Leche. Mad love to Dillion. And I was very nervous to send this message to her, right? Never talked to her. I was pitching a whole crazy idea. My text message was like this long, like this long.
I can already imagine it. It's like you're typing it up, and it's like, dude, should I even hit this send
like I'm
button?
just saying too much. And then whatever, I sent it because like brand new to this, right? Super nervous. I was like, oh my god, this is too much. And I talked to my really good friend Raph, and he was like, yo, Frank, you don't got to be sending those big messages, man. Like straight to the point. Just like a quick pitch. You know, if it goes, it goes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And that is one of the craziest pieces of advice I got from him, you know. And it relates to me still. You know, I have an acronym that I was taught. It's KISS, which stands for Keep It Short and Simple. And it's like something that I've kind of tried to keep my whole life with, not my whole life, but recently with, you know, sometimes saying less is more in a sense. Because I feel like if I say too much, then that's speaking a lot on who I am. Like, this guy's just speaking. He's just talking. He's all talk. Nah, man. Let me just keep it short and simple. Let me give a little teaser, then grind.
Okay.
So you see how it kind of ties into like the whole just talking, but then it ties into my whole life as well. Dude, just keep it short and simple.
I love it though. Like that acronym. Keep it short and simple.
Yeah, KISS, man. There you go. KISS.
Dude.
There you go.
Teaching me things today. I love it, man.
I'm glad.
Let's see. Like, I had a question right in my. Oh yeah.
Here you go.
Do you before you started Leche?
Yeah.
Would you consider yourself a closed off person, or shy, or have you been like super high energy all your life?
Yeah, you know, at a certain point, I kind of learned that to talk to people, I actually had to talk to them. I would always hear like, oh, just go talk to them. But I'm like, dude, I don't even know how to start, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know how to approach somebody. Then I got my first grocery store job at Harris Teeter, actually. It was my first job. I was 16. And then I was a cashier at the time. So I had a lot of encounters with customers, right? But it was a lot of like elderly women, a lot of like white women, white moms, white dads. So it's like
they're so open.
Yeah, they're so open. Literally, I'm like, they're my first day, and it's like, yeah, you know, like I got these flowers because like my wife is super mad at me. I'm like, all right, man, it's $4. Like the total is $4.
All right, dude, $4.
Right? But then, you know, I would just keep talking to these people, especially like the elderly women and men. I would always just like fuck around with them, you know, like in a nice way.
No, I know.
And
I
they'd
know
be super
exactly
sweet,
what you mean.
super sweet. They're like, you're the nicest cashier I have ever met. And I'm like, thanks, thank you. And then I started having usuals and regulars. I started having regular customers, and I just kept talking to them.
Like they
know?
specifically, it's like that's the
that's
cashier.
the register I want to go to. Francisco's right there.
That's crazy.
So I would just have regular customers come up to the register, and I just keep talking to people. And then I realized I would be more talkative in high school, and I was like, "Where's this coming from?" But it was my job the whole time. You know, I was picking it up at work, and then from there, it just kept flowing, man. Just talking to people, just being comfortable and just having fun, realizing the conversation is like, it doesn't have to be that deep. Just have fun. Yeah.
Less is more.
Less is more. Exactly.
Keep it short and simple,
Keep it short and simple. There you go. There you go. You picking up. You're picking up.
You're dropping it, and I'm picking it up, man.
I hope you're picking up everything that I'm putting down.
Oh man, this is going.
I'm glad.
I'm enjoying this.
I'm enjoying it too. I'm enjoying it too.
Awesome.
I'm enjoying it too.
So it's almost time for the break, but before we get into the break,
yeah.
I think it's time we tell the people what Leche.
I'm ready.
Leche.
Yeah, leche.
I keep saying it with like
the English accent. Leche. No, that's fine though.
Leche.
Everybody should know. Yeah, everybody should know.
So, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
The fact that your brand is a Spanish
Yeah.
word.
Yes.
My podcast,
Yeah.
Todo
Todo
Tranquilo
Tranquilo. It meshes well.
Leche. It's just like
Yeah.
that's why I think it captured me when I first saw you. I was like,
Yeah. The name, right?
dude,
Like,
I
what
was like,
is
I
this?
gotta get
like,
this
what
guy.
is that name?
At first, I didn't even know what it was. Like, I saw, your handle, Leche Mag.
Yeah, Leche Mag.
But I was like, what is this though?
Yeah.
And for the folks out there that don't know, Leche Mag is a magazine.
Yeah, correct.
A magazine for creatives.
Yes.
And it's so stinking dope.
I'm so glad people think that. I'm glad that you think that.
I literally, like I said, I ran across it, and it was kind of like, I was like, there has to be more.
Yeah, no, there is more.
And I'm sure there's more coming. And
There's a lot.
And maybe you can give us a little bit at the end of this episode.
100%. 100%.
I guess, so Leche Mag is a magazine for creatives.
Yeah.
Tell me about, before we go on break, how the thought even came about. Because, there's obvious creativity that somebody thinks of, right?
Of course.
Like podcast.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more like, people think about it, it's kind of seen as more obtainable, or like a clothing line.
Yeah.
Again, more obtainable.
Yeah.
But like a magazine.
Right? Yeah, man. At first, I guess I'll just try to keep it brief, but maybe go into detail. I'm thinking maybe we'll go into detail, right?
Go into detail. Listen, go into detail. We'll give you 10 minutes to briefly go into it, and then we'll carry it on.
Of course. So, I had just gotten a new job at Mercedes dealership in Chantilly. And I met the photographer for the actual dealership, Raf. His name is Rafa Gold. And, he was like, dude, we should shoot some stuff. So we go to his studio in DC. And I just had gotten these New Balances, V5s, 990s, and we had a cool photo shoot.
Dude, shout out New Balance.
Yeah, shout out New Balance.
Shout out
real.
Rafa.
Yeah, shout out Rafa, bro. Shout out Rafa Gold.
I actually know him from high school, which is crazy.
You went to OP, right?
Yeah, which is like completely crazy.
There you go. Small
you were
world.
Just like, dude, you know him? I was like, dude, I went to high school with this
That was
kid.
such a great moment.
It was crazy.
So, we had shot, and one day we actually went to McDonald's, just him and I. And I was like, Raph, man, I would love to start something, like my own thing, like a media company one day, like a complex, like just me, like owns that, has everything running, employees, every department. He's like, why don't you start a magazine? I'm like, a magazine? Dude, I don't even know nothing about that.
Looked at him like,
yeah, I was like, what? Puzzled. And he was like, research. I was like, okay. So I started researching. Then I had some content to use, right? I had some content. Now I was just missing a name and a logo. So it was a Saturday night. I was just looking at a poster and I got some inspiration. So I drew something, and the name was from very random, but a lot of my old friend group, we used to name everything like dairy related. So we'd have these Instagram group chats, one named milk, one named cheese, one named dairy, and then one was called leche, right? So I was like, what's a good name? I started thinking about like Comme des Garçons, and like all Comme des Garçons was like the big one because it was like a French name, right?
Yeah.
From a Japanese designer. So I was like, why not do a different language?
Yeah.
Why not? So I was like, leche. Yeah. I drew something up. The logo was like, it matched the name. Mm-hmm. The name matched the logo.
Like you saw it and you were just like,
I saw it like instantly. And I just added up some colors on Adobe, like brand new to Adobe. I did not know what I was doing. I did not know. Went to YouTube, searched up a bunch of stuff. Then the logo, like that was my first piece of like graphic design in a sense, right? That logo. I drew it, I digitized it, and I added color to it. Next day, I show my friends, yo, guys, like, I have this thing, and it's called Leche.
I did something.
I was like, damn, guys, I did something. They're like, what? I was like, I have this thing, I have this idea, I want to start a magazine. And they were like, a magazine, what? And now we're on our third volume. You know, to think about it, I go back and I'm talking about this, and it kind of just like makes me realize how much time has gone by, and the fact that like I feel like I haven't even hit bedrock. You know, like I feel like I'm still trimming the top of like the grass. Like I'm still trimming it.
What's that thing they always say? It's only up from here.
Literally, it's only up from here. And you know, like the reference of bedrock, it just comes because like when you try to dig all the way to the bottom, you can't hit no more.
Yeah.
You can't. And I haven't done that because there's so much content to squeeze out for this. Like so much content that I haven't even like touched on. And you know, right now, yeah, we're grinding, man. Leche Mag. It was such a crazy random thought. And now we're here today on this podcast.
Dude, it's crazy where life takes you, right?
It is. It is very crazy. Yeah.
One thing that's kind of funny that when I first saw the name, the first thing that came to mind was like, he needs some milk.
Yes, he needs some milk. He needs some milk.
He needs some leche.
Literally. And it's actually crazy. Leche Mag is not like associated with anything like sexually. I get a lot of comments on, we have I Heart Leche. And if I were to count every penny for every time I've heard this, I'd probably be a millionaire. So like, you want some leche? And I hope that the people who are listening understand what I'm talking about. But I assure you, we're not associated with any of that. But like I said at the beginning, art is interpreted however way you want it. But just know we are not associated with anything like that. So
don't have an OnlyFans.
Yeah, no. We do not have an OnlyFans. But who knows?
My God. Life is crazy.
Life is crazy.
Life is crazy.
Who knows? Life has too many paths, too many highways.
It's way too many highways they take, man. And I mean, it sometimes, you know, like I want to touch on this very briefly before. A simple thought can take you a million miles
100%, man.
further from where you are. Just
things that you don't
idea.
Things that you don't expect, man. Things that you're not like planning. You know, like you're planning to just be a journalist, to go to DC or New York, right? Or just get a full-time job, a 9-to-5. Nothing wrong with 9-to-5s. But that's just not my thing. I don't want to do that.
And it's crazy that you brought that up. I think I said it in a podcast I did with my fiance, where it's like, I don't know if you've heard, you know, there's a lot of like videos out there where it's like, you know, show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are.
100%, man. That's so true.
I think sometimes things can be taken out of context and it's not always interpreted correctly.
Yeah, correct.
Like, for example, like that saying, you know, show me your friends, I'll tell you who you are.
Yeah.
You know, I think people, when they hear that, it's like, if I don't have a business, if I'm not striving to make my own business, I'm nobody. and that's like something, it's like, I think what that kind of like that saying kind of means, it's just like, if your friends are good people, then you're a good person.
Yeah.
Simply put, you know, it doesn't matter if you're striving to do a business or not striving to do a business. As long as you're a good person and you're happy with your life. Yeah, that's a good friend to have. You are a good person to have in a circle.
And it goes into this whole like lifestyle of like, people think that because you're not at a certain place in your life, then you're way behind. You know, like sometimes people are like, oh, my friend already has a full-time job, or my friend already has an apartment, or my friend is already doing this. Are you your friend?
Yeah.
Are you your friend?
No. Do you share the same life?
Exactly. It's different, man. Like everybody's on a different chapter in their life. And sometimes people, you know, have this whole interpretation of, if I'm not here by 25, then my whole life is ruined.
Yeah.
No, things are constantly evolving. Literally, like the world is so dynamic. Like our lives are dynamic. They're
100%.
always changing, constantly up, constantly down, constantly just straight, or constantly skewed. Like crazy.
Life is a roller coaster.
Yeah, it is. And people just have this crazy mentality of, I need to do this by this certain time. I need to achieve this. I got to have this. If I don't have my own business, then I'm a failure.
Yeah.
Bro, no, that's not how it is. As long as you're happy and as long as you're enjoying what you're doing and as long as you enjoy your journey, I think you're set. And that's just like, it's like a value thing. It's really about like having that thought.
Like kind of like valuing your own life.
Yes, valuing what you have, man. Valuing like what's been given to you.
Being grateful.
Being grateful, of course. You know, being grateful can take you places where sometimes money can't. But you know, we all know money's different. We all know money's different.
It's there's a lot of things we could touch on that.
Yeah.
And maybe we will.
Yeah, cool.
But I think that's a good stopping point.
Nice.
Gonna take a little break here, and we'll be right back.
Be back.
We're back from the little break. We kind of talked a while.
We did. Honestly. We spent a good time talking, learning more about you, the past.
Both of us.
Both of us. Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I think we left off.
Yeah, wherever you want to throw anything at me, man, I'm with it. I'm an open book.
Yeah, dude. Like I said, I having you here. Like the crazy thing is when we first talked.
Yeah.
Like just through message, I was like, I wonder how the vibe's gonna be. Mm-hmm. I wonder how he's gonna be. Because originally I hadn't met you, and we were kind of just gonna like.
Complete strangers.
Yeah, complete strangers come on the podcast.
Yeah.
But I'm super glad that I actually did go out to First Friday.
And that's where the ice was broken.
I think that's where the ice was broken. And it was like, okay, I know his vibe. Mm-hmm. This episode's going to be fucking great.
Yeah.
Because he's just like...
All day today, I've been at work. I'm just like, this podcast is going to be so much fun because I love podcasts. I've always wanted to be on podcasts. And my homie had me on his The World Is Yours podcast, and that was a great time. So I've been itching to get on another one. So I'm very just happy to be here.
I love it too.
Yeah, just talk.
Well, one thing I do want to touch on that I just remembered right now that I think I really fucked with it. And maybe to somebody who maybe doesn't look at things like that could have taken it wrong.
Yeah.
But when I first asked you to be on the podcast through like just IG Messenger, you were like, "What's it about?" You know?
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, I commemorate you for that because maybe somebody would have been scared to say that, but it's like at the same time, there's like an image that you portray, an image that you know the people see you as, and it's like I don't want to get on a platform where my image isn't being represented well.
Yeah.
And as much as you kind of want to disassociate yourself when you're coming up and trying not be so corporate or where it's like, oh, my views don't align with him. Yeah. It's like, I at least want my image to be represented in a good light.
Of course. Yeah. I mean, bro, like anytime that I pitch Leche to anybody, anyone that I want to work with, that I want to put them on a spread or a feature story, whatever it may be, you know, that's the main question I always get.
Yeah.
What's your magazine about?
Yeah.
So it's like something I've just kind of picked up. But I've always been a curious guy. Like I've always asked questions, like whatever it may be. I'm always like the who, what, when, where, why.
Yeah.
You know, the how. It's always been like that. I've always just been always trying to seek those answers.
You know, it's crazy. Is I don't think you asked me, but I had somebody else ask me where it's like, yo, send me the details and we'll see. Whenever I get asked that, like, or told that, it's like, I literally get so nervous because I'm just like, what details? Like, I was like, I don't have like a team behind me at all. Like,
nobody to like guide you on what to say.
I don't have PR. Like,
no PR.
And I always get like so scared because I'm just like, you know, I'll tell Jen, I'm just like, they asked me for details. Like, I don't know what to say. Like,
does she ever help you on stuff?
Just,
like what to say? Like, does she try to guide you in a sense?
Kinda sometimes, because, you know, I think sometimes I do stop her from it because it's like, no, like I got to learn.
Hey, any help is good, man.
But any help, yeah, no, she's helped
Any
me a
help is
ton, bro.
Good.
So much.
Shout out Jen.
Shout out Jen.
Shout out Jen.
Maybe you'll meet her tonight.
Yeah,
if
let's
you're
see what's
down.
up. Yeah, I'm down.
But yeah, I think I get nervous because, like I said, I don't have like a team behind me. I'm just a one-man band right now.
That's good.
And it's like when somebody says like, send me the details, like I don't know what they mean by that. It's like I don't know what they're expecting.
Yeah.
Because it's like I was like, there's not really much detail. It's just like,
pull up.
Come over. Yeah,
just
come to
over,
my my spot and I'll get the.
That's how it is,
rolling.
though. That's how it is. You know, with journalism, with any type of interview, podcast. Like, I feel like sometimes people expect, like, send me the questions you're gonna ask.
Yeah.
Like, send me the whole thing. No, it has to be like super a mystery to them.
Yeah.
Simply because that's how you get the raw answer, the actual honest truth. Because you start sending questions, you start sending the background, then people are gonna start forming their questions. They'll come prepared. And then now you're getting staged questions, and now it's going to feel like a staged podcast or a stage interview. And then, you know, the interviewee with the person being interviewed or whatever, like, it just starts dying out, and it's not organic.
And I'm glad you said that.
Yeah,
that's like my favorite word.
It is a good word, organic.
And it's like, I think, you know, if somebody asked me like, what is Todo Tranquilo?
Yeah.
I would say that it's organic. That's how I would describe.
It's todo tranquilo, bro.
Todo tranquilo.
Like, it's all good.
Yes.
Just chill. It don't gotta be staged.
And you know, and that's, you know, that's why it was like I get scared when people do send me like, you know,
oh no,
what's the details.
You know, it's funny that you talk about the whole team thing. Just recently, you know, Leche, like a team is starting to form. And we have such a great team that we're trying to learn. Well, I'm trying to learn, you know, how to manage a team. You know, when I get the question, send me the details. All right. Now I'm trying to learn, like, what are the details that I have to send?
Yeah.
But slowly I've been picking that
like
up.
What
you know?
are details?
Exact details may be, you know, a new idea for a post that we're supposed to do, or, you know, the details for an event. Send all the details for this upcoming campaign that we have, or whatever it may be. Send the details for this upcoming call that we have with the group, people, time, talking points.
Yeah.
You know, like,
yeah.
I've been slowly trying to pick that up.
Like I said, I think sometimes when somebody, when people, just regular people like you and me, right?
Yeah.
We're starting something. We originally want to disassociate ourselves with corporate America.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, because it's
no ties with that.
no ties. But it's like it's hard not to, because sometimes you do need structure.
Exactly, and corporate businesses have structure.
Exactly.
That's where a lot of businesses get their structure. They look at people that are already doing it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think it's just like and you know, like, now the way I see things, it's like corporate America isn't technically bad. It's just like, what are some positive things I can get from corporate America?
Yeah.
You know, like a structure. I should have a structure.
Yeah. Well, structure comes.
Structure,
it'll come. Yeah. Everything, you know, that's something that I emphasize a lot with like my team, my boys. Like, everything will come in its time. You know, like, sometimes maybe it's just a coping mechanism for myself too, you know, to maybe keep myself sane.
Cuando Dios quiere.
Cuando Dios quiere. Exacto. Cuando Dios quiere, va a pasar.
Exactly.
And that's like a phrase that my mom has shared, you know, or si Dios lo permite.
Si Dios lo permite.
Know, if he allows it, it's meant to be.
You know what's crazy is I'll have conversations with my mom, because now obviously that I am older, she kind of shares things with me. You know, if something's kind of like bothering her, or she feels uneasy about a decision,
right?
You know, I'll be like, hey, listen, like, just take it easy. You know,
she tries to consult with you.
Yeah, I'll consult her, and I'll be like, listen, Diosito sabe por qué pasan las cosas.
Claro.
And, you know, just
that's how it is.
Like, you know, like if it's something you physically can't do anything about, you kind of, you know, even if it's a tough situation, you kind of just have to take it on the chin.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
Sometimes those really tough times in life, are those same moments that mold you into the
Build
person you are going to become.
Exactly. You know, for the first mag, um, it was like a shot in the dark in a sense because it's a new business, you know, being shown to light into a community that has never seen a magazine, to a community that's not used to this, right? Um, and it was kind of just like, well, if God wants it to be, then he'll keep it going after volume
Then
1.
it'll be.
And l- thanks to God, you know, we're working on our 4th volume at the time. As we speak, you know, there's things being worked on, interviews being done. We're working with some great photographers, and you know, we just have a lot of content to show to the world that I think is it's gonna shake the Leche community in a sense.
I love it.
Yeah.
Tell us about so you spoke kind of, you know, briefly how it came about.
Yeah. Yeah.
But talk to us about tell us, me and the viewers, the early days. Kind of, you know, it's like diamonds are made with pressure.
Yeah.
Sometimes pressure is needed.
Yeah.
Tell me about the kind of like the first roadblock you encountered with creating Leche Mag.
Yeah, it was the very first roadblock was not knowing how to really create it digitally. I did not know what kind of platform to use. I did not know how to structure it. So what I tried to do was I just got on Adobe and I kind of just messed around with the buttons. I watched some videos on where I could. And I did everything on Photoshop, right? Like everything. I structured it. I gave it its Leche like signature. That was the Leche look. I didn't follow another structure. I just winged it. Then it comes to my knowledge that I was not supposed to do everything on Photoshop, but I was supposed to do everything on InDesign, which is another thing on Adobe, which is specifically for like flyers, magazines, books, whatever, right? And I did not know that.
Adobe has
A lot.
so much.
They're huge.
There's like,
It's crazy.
Like, is that something I kind of like I have not digged into it at all.
It's great.
Like I've been using some, you know, simple applications here and there, but none of them are Adobe. Dude, Adobe scares.
No, it's the best thing that you could do. Once you get into Adobe, you start like, it's like going to the gym. You start going to the gym and you start seeing your built, like you're starting to get built and everything.
Starting to get shredded.
Yeah, exactly. And you're like, I want to keep going. So it's like you make your first piece of digital art, you want to keep going, right? So I made that first one. I found out that I did it completely wrong. So I had to do all these file conversions. And it was just like, dude, like I remember that first day I told my dad, I was like, dude, I did everything backwards. Like, I don't know if I should do this anymore. He's like, Frank, if you're already freaking out on this, like, just expect, like, it's going to get worse. Yeah. Just try to figure it out. Figured it out.
Something I've always said, that it has resonated with me through my journey, just in life in general, is the things worth achieving or the things worth getting are never easy.
No.
You know, I mean, it's like the saying, if it was easy, everybody would be doing it.
Exactly. It's like quick money is the worst money.
Yeah.
Quick money, I mean, depends where the quick money comes from.
Quick money, yeah.
But like, you know what I mean?
That's something I've definitely spoken about. I don't think I've spoken about it here, but something that, because, you know, we have a good age gap between us.
Yeah.
But like something I've kind of learned in my upbringing, because I went from the older computers, where it's like it would take hours,
ages, just for it to boot up.
Yeah, just to boot up, or just to load a video, and I remember I'd be completely fine with it.
Yeah,
dude,
right.
This is so fast.
Like that's fine. Yeah, exactly. Back in the day, that buffer like speed was like, oh my gosh, that's insane how fast this loads. Seriously. Right?
And then like I think that's kind of like this new age technology, right? And how things are so fast now. We've, as people, have gotten used to instant gratification. And I think that ties in with just life in general.
Yeah.
We all want instant gratification.
Correct.
We want that quick money. We want quick success. You know, and TikTok
Has
it's crazy.
proved that. Oh my gosh.
It has made it come to fruition where
It's
it's like,
emphasized it
where it's like
literally
you could wake up the next day and you're
a
an
star.
influencer
Yeah, an influencer.
and making up tons of money.
Yeah,
And even though it's kind of good, it's kind of hurts
it does.
people, because then it's like you give these people kind of like false hope, where it's like, hey, if you do want to work towards something, you don't necessarily have to work towards it.
Yeah.
And even though it's not necessarily bad, I think it has its pros and its
Pros and
cons,
cons,
right?
like everything, but that's such a major thing. It ties into social media
Mm-hmm.
and the influence that it has on people, all types of ages it could be. But social media has. It goes back to what I was saying. If you haven't achieved this certain thing by this certain age, then you've failed.
Yeah.
But on social media, people are scrolling for hours and hours and hours and looking at Kylie Jenner and looking at the Kardashians and looking at how crazy
Looking at
Kanye
rappers,
is.
yeah.
Seeing how maniac he is and how he's losing his billion-dollar deals. And it's like, wow. And I'm over here losing my house or something, right? While people are losing their companies, whatever.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, people see these influencers, these big rappers, these big lifestyle people, and they're like, I want that. Or they're stuck in their rooms and they're like, I don't have that. I haven't achieved that yet. What are you doing to get it, man? Like, are you doing something to get to that life? Like, are the people that you're hanging around with, are they like being the catalyst to your goal? Like, are they really edifying that?
Yeah.
And it's like, it all kind of just ties together and comes full circle in a sense. So,
God, man, you have the mind of a genius.
thank you. Actually, I don't really consider myself a genius, but I appreciate you.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just fangirling over here.
Well, hey man, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe there's different stuff in the future. More fangirls, more girls.
More, please. It's like,
One day.
no, man. It's just this conversation that we're having. I love it. Like I love having these conversations. Like I love bullshitting just as much as the next person.
Yeah,
And
it's good to have fun.
And I enjoy it. Yeah, I enjoy having laughter. I enjoy bullshitting, because sometimes it's like you don't always have to have deep conversations all the time.
Not
Sometimes
at
you could
all.
have some mindless.
You
shooting the shit.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's fine. I actually the other night I was talking to some people online, and they were just like, "Oh, like what podcast do you guys listen to?" And one of my friends was like, "No Jumper." And they were like, "Oh, what? You're not listening to like any economic podcast, like
no business."
And then
You're
I'm
not
like,
listening to
damn,
business.
yeah, like we should start like, damn, let's please talk about the economic state of the world, please. Like, we need to. I'm like, bro, no, like it should not always be like that. Have fun. Listen to what you like. Like, have a good conversation once in a while, right?
Think, yeah. I think we talked about it kind of like off topic, just in general.
Yeah.
You have extreme leftists and extreme rightists just pushing their agenda.
Right.
And I think both sides end up losing the message.
Yeah. Plenty.
Because they're so extreme.
Yeah.
They're like trying to shove their agenda down people's throats.
Dude, 100%.
And it's like you're losing the message by doing that.
Yeah, but who cares? Like, they don't care.
They don't
like,
care.
these leftists, these rightists, they don't mind. But like, maybe I won't touch that. I won't talk about that.
It's fine. No, it's definitely something I have battled with, where it's like, should I talk about it?
Right.
And who knows? But it's like something, just like people see it all the time with TikTok.
Yeah.
And it's with having my podcast, I've seen things where people make fun of podcasters.
Plenty of times. I've heard it. I've heard it.
And it's honestly, I think it's laughable because if you can't laugh at yourself, maybe you're not in the right headspace.
Yeah.
You think you should be able to laugh at yourself sometimes, because I think it's so funny how
be lighthearted.
Yeah, because I've seen these videos where it's like this person's pretending to have their podcast, and it's like, yeah, and when you think about this, you just it really puts your into perspective.
Right, of course.
It's kind of like the college conversations or like the TED Talks.
Yes, the TED Talks. But TED Talks, I love TED Talks. That's like a whole different topic, right? I would love. I've always had this this desire of wanting to be on there one day.
Who
I don't know.
knows?
Yeah, it's so interesting.
Speak
Like
it into fruition,
of
King.
course, right? Let's go.
Speak it into
I wanna maybe pick a really good topic, go up there and try to inspire some people. I don't know. That's something I've always wanted to do. And it ties into Leche because Leche is really, it's like a marketing tool for people. It's a tool to inspire individuals to pursue what they really want to pursue. Simply because I think about myself. I want to pursue something that I want to pursue. I want to reach a goal, an ultimate goal where I'm truly, truly satisfied. Where my whole circle is eating, my family. I can give back to my family how I've always wanted to give back to them because they've given me so much. And then, God, He's given me everything. So, the most I can do is just like trust in my faith and believe that everything will come into fruition one day. So
I love that, man.
yeah, thank you.
Because that's you just wow, I'm losing my train of thought here. No, but I like, that's why I had to have you on here, because just the message that just by speaking to you through IG Messenger,
Yeah,
I could get that.
thank you.
Where it's like, okay, he isn't just somebody who simply wants to create something, because anybody can create something,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And not to say that you have to have a message, but it's always nice
Oh yeah,
to know that a
definitely.
certain brand has a message behind them.
Most definitely,
Yeah.
most definitely. I want people to know that Leche Mag, it goes to what you said. Just because you have a certain amount of followers doesn't mean that puts you in a type of tax bracket. Like, okay, because I have 150 followers, I can't message an account that has 600 followers. No,
Yeah.
that's not it. Or a 600. My account has 600 followers. I can't message this account that has 12.5K followers. No,
That's the headspace I sometimes put myself
which sometimes it's good to realize that it's not all about that. It's just really about presenting who you are, presenting the type of person that you are, and how you walk in your life and how you manage. That's what grabs people's attention. People that are basing the type of person you are off of your following, I think that's something that's like a mentality thing that
Yeah.
maybe should be shifted. Maybe you should reevaluate. But I get it that following does play a role in it. But nah, man, it should never be like that. It should just always, nobody should ever judge you on the type of following or the
That you
type
have.
of likes that you get, the amount of likes. No, it should be based off what message do you show to people, and are you following your own message? Like, are you achieving what you want to achieve, and are you working towards that? And I think that's what really captures people,
Yeah.
your work ethic, the way you present yourself, the way you present this podcast, Yeah, that's what I
Words
believe.
of wisdom from this young guy. I'm telling you, man, like, I don't know, like, I just, the vibe that you're giving off, the aura, it's what's honestly gearing this entire episode. And, thank God that you are who you are and the person that you are.
Yeah.
And it just makes me feel grateful to have you on my platform
Anytime.
and reach out to people
Yeah.
that don't know about this.
Yeah, of course.
Because definitely when I think of Leche, I think of a creative community who is pushing a positive agenda onto other people, where
exactly.
it's like, which is something I've said on previous episodes, where it's like, if you have something out there, right, that you've been thinking about, should I do it?
You should.
100%.
You 100% should. I had the opportunity to talk in front of a couple classrooms at George Mason University. And I came across a guy, he's the sign guy for the Washington Commanders. Like, they make him travel to hold up the signs and everything. And, like, in this classroom, I'm over here talking about my passionate project, and he's over here talking about him wanting to hold up signs. So I told him, I was like, look, man, if you want to do that full time, if that's something that you're driven to do, and that's like something that wakes you up in the morning, do that.
It drives you. It makes you happy.
Exactly. Whatever drives you, do that, man. If it brings you joy and you're working on something and next thing you know, 10 hours have passed by and you're like, what? That's your thing.
That's it.
That's your thing. If you're, because you can see the difference. You're doing homework and you're working on your passion project. You'll see, damn, I've been grinding for this for 25 minutes. I've been working on this calculus assignment and it's only been 30 minutes. Dude, that shit sucks. Bro, calculus, fuck calculus. Bro, no, that's just horrible. But you're working on a passion project and time is passing by. You can tell that's what you love. And you can tell that that's something that you want to keep going on.
It's when I think the minute you also notice that you love what you're doing is when you're doing this specific thing.
Yeah.
You find yourself doing it for hours.
Exactly.
And then you're just like, oh, crap.
Time passes by.
I love it.
Time passes by. It's like all these events. Like you saw on, that day that you came to my booth and, something that you were talking about how we're a creative community. And I was telling this to my friends. I'm there talking to all these people at the booth that are coming up to Leche and just want to talk more about it. And then, from time to time, I would be talking to customers, people, supporters. Then I would look back and it's all my boys just like in the huddle with all Leche shirts, just talking. And I'm just like, fuck, man. Like, that's why I do this. Like, despite if there's the flaws in the company, if there's this and that are still like we're working on. But at the end of the day, it's like I enjoy it and it brings me joy. And, that event, it was just something that was just like, oh my gosh, I want to keep doing this and I don't want to give up on it.
And you should never.
Never.
No,
not anytime soon.
Tell, if you can, tell us as much as you can.
Yeah.
What your supporters have to look forward to with Leche Mag.
Yeah, for sure, guys. So to the people that are tuning in, I just want to say thank you for letting me speak my mind, for allowing me to just take my time. Shout out Parlor Express for a design that they threw out there that said, thank you for letting me take my time. And I thank the Todo Tranquilo podcast for allowing me to take my time and speak about something that, I wake up every day thinking about, whether it's a bad thought or a good thought. Like, I thank you guys, and I want you guys to know, everybody that's been supporting this, that great things are coming. We're working on a lot of great things for this Volume 4, working with amazing people, and people that I can just say off the top of my head, like I said, Parlor Express out in Richmond, Virginia, Simple to Society in the local Nova area. We're working with some great people on this account called Hype Foodies. Search them up on Instagram, Hype Foodies. They're amazing. We're working with some tattoo artists, some nail techs for you ladies, and some other Leche exclusive stuff that will come out soon.
I love it.
Yeah, man.
And so you actually blessed me with one of your
Yeah.
Gotta stay fitted.
Yes,
Gotta
sir.
stay
Yes,
fitted,
sir.
man.
Yes, sir.
Let's
Let's show it off.
Look at this. Look at that. I can't wait.
Yeah. Keep it short and simple,
honestly,
man.
I might take this to New York with me this weekend.
You should. We went out to New York. Yeah, me and my homie actually went out to New York. We tagged it up crazy over there with stickers and everything.
You got to tell me if you can remember where they are.
Oh, 100%.
So I can go look for them.
I could tell you literally where I put that. Literally Washington. Go to Washington Square Park. I don't remember. Okay, maybe I'm a liar. I don't remember the specific block, but it's right by the arch. I think there was one in Soho, but Soho's big, so stay tuned. Just stay aware in Soho. There's like a couple of stickers out there.
I may go out my way to look for them.
You should. You should. And if you come across it, you have to take a picture, because if you do, that will literally.
Of course.
Oh, one at Stadium Goods. I put a sticker in Stadium Goods. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Stadium Goods is in there.
I gotta think I'm gonna have to try and get out there.
Yes.
Man, it has been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, man. I really appreciate you.
You honestly, I'm literally at a loss for words. Like
grateful.
the pretty much everything this entire episode, it's felt so smooth.
Thank you.
You've made
Yeah,
it.
it's been great.
You've
I've
made
enjoyed it.
a super seamless interaction. Start and end. Seriously.
Yeah, most definitely. And this is something I enjoy.
I just feel super blessed to have you on my platform.
Thank you.
And speak your mind. Let
Always.
the people kind of know your thoughts.
Yeah.
Who you are.
Yeah.
And I think that's important when you have kind of like a company.
And that's what it is, like it ties into it. Like, Leche Mag is an opportunity for people to speak their mind, whether it's through photography or through a feature story or through a Q&A or through a profile piece, like whatever you want known to the readers, to the public eye, to the public space. Speak your mind with Leche Mag.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you for everybody who tunes in to Todo Tranquilo podcast. You guys are seriously, just even when the numbers aren't huge, you guys.
It's love.
It's the fact that I know that there are people out there.
You have your loyal supporters.
Whether I personally know them or not.
Yeah.
That you're messing with the podcast.
Yeah, of course.
And I appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
I never, something is like, I don't have like, I always forget to where it's like, shout my own self out.
Shout you out. What, man? Come on.
No, but before I do, tell them where they can find you.
Oh,
and Leche.
Yeah. So currently we're just on Instagram. We are trying to work on our own coded website. So that's going to be up very soon. But you can find us on Instagram at leche.mag. Anything Leche related will be on there. So we're working on TikTok very slowly. Working with a team. Shout out Salome. Then, yeah.
Awesome.
Instagram at leche.mag.
And now, obviously, I'll put
whatever
I'll
you
put
need to
the
do.
socials
Whatever
on
you
there.
need to do, man.
I'll definitely do it. You can catch my episode on Apple Podcast and Spotify. And
Come on, guys, tap in.
And if you like viewing it, I'm on YouTube as well.
Guys, you got to tap into the podcast. Don't sleep on the pod.
Again, bro, Francisco, it's been a huge honor, huge blessing.
Thank you.
And I've loved every second of this.
Same. I cannot wait to be on here again. Thank you, guys.
Peace out.
Peace.